Hi guys, Darren Simmons here for Game Institute. Welcome back to Building the Sewers. Okay, we're going to do something a little bit different today because we've been doing a lot of tunnel building and slotting together things, so it's a bit boring. So we're going to do a couple of things a bit differently. But before we carry on, water you say, that's correct, we'll go through that in a minute. But before we carry on, I just want to make it clear, I did mention it in the first part of these tutorials, the sewer module, apart from the demo scene that I have used, but I didn't use it first of all, but I brought it in as an extra, bulk to add to the sewer. Nothing has colliders on it. Okay? So I have to go through and add colliders. Now, this is probably one of the ones that has got colliders on. So what you'll need to do is you'll need to click on the stairs and you'll see this part. Anything like this with steps has to have a mesh collider on it. Okay? So you'll put a mesh collider on that bit. The roof you can put a mesh collider on. The floor you can put a mesh collider on too. Anything like this, you'll see I've put box colliders on. Okay? Obviously to do that, let's remove the component. So you would click on the barrel, add component, type box, and you'll come up with box collider. Not box collider 2D, just box collider. And there we go. Things like these sort of shapes, box colliders. The fence, box colliders. Right, the floor pieces, box colliders. Obviously this, because it's really kind of weird shape, this would need mesh colliders, okay? Anything curvy would need mesh colliders. What do we have here? We have a skeleton. Woohoo! Now these skeletons are cool because you can move each limb independently. I'll show you. Woo! That's just something that I think Gary found online. I think it was completely free, but I'm not sure. Lots of stuff like that in the asset store you can find. So yeah, things like the you'll need to select all these. This is a good one because I've not done this one yet. So we'll select all this. Remember, hold shift down to select. Didn't want to do that. We selected the smoke by mistake. Okay. Make sure you're only selecting the parts of the pipework. We do that. And then what we can do, we can put box colliders on it because it very cleverly finds all the parts it needs to put colliders on and does it. So that is that easy to do. So that's cool. We've got things like the steps. I can put box colliders on that. I haven't done anything yet, so I will put a box collider on that too. Okay, so then that is one sort of piece. We won't be able to walk into that now. Now the skeleton, let's have a look. Skeleton sitting, I would imagine we need to put a mesh collider on it. Let's have a box collider. No, we can't do box collider on that one. Okay, so have we got them all selected? Yeah, we've got them all selected. So we'll do add component on that one. Let's try mesh. We may have to put our own on this one. Let's see what that looks. Let's see if we can find them. I can't quite now. Obviously, the scale of this is completely out at the moment because, as you can see, we can't get through the doors. And we've also got bits of walls on that aren't attached yet. So you can see what I've done here with this water is I've placed it down. I've tried to make sure it doesn't go through any other bits like this, which it doesn't at the moment. Oh, I've got to go all the way back round again. Incidentally, when you're building these parts with the grates, with the gratings and the fences, you kind of want to leave this middle bit clear because you are going to want to get through the doors. So you can put the colliders on that. This bit needs to be clear of colliders so you can get through while you're editing stuff. Okay. As you can see, I can't get through there, so we'll start it again. This time I won't jump out the way. Okay, so now as you can see with this water, this is Water Pro, which is this one here. Water Pro Daytime. Now the way you get that Water Pro Daytime, okay, is you would go up to Assets, you would go Import Package, and you would import the environment, and that environment folder will then be in your standard assets, and in that environment folder will be all sorts of things like speed tree, terrain assets, water, and water basic. Water basic's good if you're going to use kind of lots of it, or some murk. I use water basic because there's a bit in the sewers where it's all murky and all kind of toxic waste has been mixed with it, so it's a bit greeny. Water basic's fine for that, but this water, now bear in mind we've not got really any lighting in the scene, and this water is really cool. Now we've got one here where the light's shining. I haven't put any lights on the roof yet, and as you can see, you know, it adds some really cool shadowing effects. Now this blue you can see here. Now that's because we've got a blue skybox outside. Now we won't have a blue skybox outside. There we go, we've got the blue skybox. We won't have that, so we won't get those reflections, but I'm not going to mess around with it for now. So yeah, so then what I did with the water... Actually, we need to find a skeleton. Where's I am? Where is our skeleton? There he is. Right, so... Okay. So as you can see, not only was there nothing on the skeleton, it doesn't look like I've got Mesh Collider on these bits either. No, I haven't. Okay, so we need to do that. Mesh Collider. There we go. Alright, let's just double check these bits. Right, no Mesh Colliders on those. That one's got mesh. That one's got mesh. Mesh Collider. It's a bit of a pain in the backside, but once you get them all, then you don't ever have to do it again. Mesh on that. I went through this the other day and I thought I caught them all. Just goes to show. Obviously not. Okay. And then mesh clouds and everything. Just check we've got the box clouds on the floors. Yes. 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 Okay. Now, for skeleton, if I can find where he is. I think what we're going to have to do for that one, we're going to have to make our own collider for that. I won't do that now. So it's a bit tricky. We'll keep the animation there just in case we want to animate it later. I don't think we will. Just want to try something else. Right, if I get the skeleton sit in, and then I do this, like that. No, it's not going to work. Let's try box again. There we go. So it did work. I'm not sure why the feet aren't coming up. That leg. There we go. Doesn't matter, we haven't got the hands. Okay, so now then, we should be able to not walk through the floor and not walk through the skeleton. There we go. And now we have to jump over him now. Okay, so that is... I'm happy that you can see the smoke looks really cool here. So it's really good. Yeah, so what you kind of want to do now, or the way I did it, is we want this sewer to be not overly challenging, because I see this level as kind of a get-to level, because we need to get to the city. Saying that, I'm not saying that we don't need quests in it, because we can. So one of the things that we would do, this skeleton would have a key on it. Now, it may not be ended up being positioned there. I may put it somewhere else. The key might unlock, it may lock a cabinet, which gives us a wrench, so we can turn this off, which may not just be having smoke and fire from it, but it may have an afterburner. The afterburner is like a flame that shoots out there, like you see sometimes in movies when the pipes are burst. Okay, and it may be that we need to get to this room, because in here is something we need, and we can only get there by getting this key from the skeleton. Go back and getting the wherever it is, the cabinet with the wrench in it. Turn this off. The afterburner stops. Then we go through. Now that might be right at the very end. It might be that this door leads somewhere else, and then it leads up into the city or something. So you kind of need, when you're planning your level, if you're not copying us exactly, and it's good not to. It's good to do your own, I think. I don't think you need exactly the same as us. I mean, what I'm doing here with all the levels is I'm just showing you what we did. You know, it's not exactly as ours is in the game. Things have changed since then, and in our levels, things probably will change again. You know, for the better, hopefully. And you may well find assets you think, oh, well, I like that, but this one is better. I'd rather use this door, or there's a student he's done his own room there, and he's got a camera, and you've got like a zombie animating inside like a padded cell, which is a very cool idea. We never did that, but it looks great. So he's used his initiative, and it's good to do that, you know, because then you get your hang. You're not just copy and paste in, and you get the hang of things on your own. Okay, the water then. So what we did with the water? Got it from environment. When you first get it, it's quite big. You just have to scale it down, and I used I used this tool here to do that, just by moving it around, just putting it where I want. Now, if you didn't want it going in that bit there, you would have to mess around with the scale so it didn't go in that bit. Again, that's kind of fine-tuning. I won't be doing that yet. What you can do with little bits of overlap here, okay? We'll try and do it now. You could put something, some kind of obstruction here, like rubble or something. Let's see what we've got. So you don't get that line of water that's just stopped. So let's go into dirty apartments. Let's look at the prefabs, and let's look at the what we're gonna dirt. There we go. So we could, what's that one there? Could bring. Okay, why's that gone down there? That's a bit weird. You could bring this one, that sort of thing. Sort of that sort of thing. You can still see it, so you'd have to do a bit more, perhaps put a bit of rubble there. But you get what I mean, and don't you? You could put some bricks there. So it's something that stopped the water flowing that far. There might be a barrel turned over, so we could just for quickness. Oh, let's just take one of these barrels a minute. Let's copy that across. Duplicate, sorry. Let's bring it over here. Spin it. Whoops. Spin it around. Like that. Like that. I'm not going to leave it here, but I just want to show you that sort of thing. So you're kind of covering up. Do you know what I mean? So you're kind of covering up that the water can't get through there. You could put a few boulders there, a few bricks, or you could even put some kind of fallen rock or dirt, or even little bits of grass sprouting out there, because I mean, providing how long this has been wet, and there will also be a leak in the sewer walls and roof, so which is where this water would have come from. In fact, I will tell you what we'll do. We will actually do that now, because that's quite a cool thing to do. We'll go to not post-apocalyptic. I think it was medieval. So we need to find medieval. It's K4. And where are we? Have I not brought it in yet? I may not have. Oh yes, I have. Here it is. So you go into medieval. Looks like I've just brought the sky in. Okay, we'll do that in the next level. But in the medieval pack, he's got a waterfall set, because in the medieval things we were using for the rising, basically we had lots of rocks, waterfalls coming down. It looked really great, falling onto the rocks and splashing and making all these little drips. So that was cool. Didn't realise I didn't have that imported, so what I would have to do is go and import the medieval set. So I'll do that for next time. But for now, I just wanted to show you this cool water effect, and show you how you can go about blocking it off, just by doing stuff like that. I wanted to show you the skeleton as well, and I just wanted to talk to you, about the thing with the afterburner. Now we can put the afterburner in, so if we go and find that skeleton again, move around here. Okay, so we'll just say this is broken. Okay, so we just say, actually we don't need to pull it apart at all. So we go to our assets, we go to our standard assets, we go to our particle systems, and we go to our prefabs. There should be an afterburner here somewhere. It was, there it is, there. I was going to say it was there, it seems to have gone, but no, it's there. So drag the afterburner in. There it is, where's it gone? Wow, it's big. So straight away we need to scale it down, I think. Let's scale it. Ridiculously big. that sort of thing. Bring it in. Turn it around. These things are quite awkward to place. I think I might have tweaked about a bit a little bit actually. Yes, I probably did. So I'm just seeing if I can get some more realistic sort of glowing effect. Okay, so let's turn it around. Let's do the start size, just make that a bit bigger. I think that might be a bit too big now, but let's have a look. No, so what we actually need is we need start size actually a lot smaller, kind of 0.4. Yeah, and then we kind of need 2. You see, to make it thinner, possibly even 1. No, let's do 1.5. We probably want to slow it down, say 20. You've got that pulsating effect, which I don't like at the moment. No, we're getting more like it now. Okay, that's better. Definitely want a mission. Yeah. Just trying some different effects here a minute. No, we don't want those. We certainly don't want collision. We don't want a start delay. We definitely don't want it to die out until we want it to. It doesn't look like there's any destroyers, destroyers on there. Alright, so that's cool. So now we can go and position it. You see it's looking a little bit more realistic, isn't it? Here we go. It would be, I think, what we need to get the key from the skeleton, so it'd have to be in front of the skeleton. Sorry. So it would need to be there, and we need to turn it around a bit. Drag it over. There. Let's just see what that looks like. It's not right yet, obviously. I obviously spent quite a lot of time getting that right. But let's see what it looks like. We've got a nice smoke there, so I love that. I don't know. The simplest things cheer me up. There we go. So you get the meaning, don't you? It's not right yet. You just tweak about with it. You get the idea. So then we would get the wrench. We'd get the key, go and get the wrench, come back, turn that off, and that would stop. And then we had to get through. What we can actually do while we're doing this, if we hold on 2 secs, get some grey space. There we go. No, we don't want to do that. We want the SAT selection change. We'll get some grey space here. There. Right, we can mess around with the colours of it. You see? And we can do all sorts of things. I mean, I'm not sure what colour it would be. I'm guessing kind of that sort of colour, perhaps. Because it wouldn't be orange, would it? It would have kind of like a a white tinge to it. But what we would also do there, look, is we would probably have fire there as well. Okay, so let's stop that. So again, it's totally up to you there how you do that. By messing around with it, tweaking about it, you can get all different shapes. All these settings here, you can edit everything in them. I don't want to spend too long doing that because everyone's going to have their own kind of way of doing it and their own ideas about how they want it to be done. So, which is cool. So I've also, since last time, added a bit more to the sewer, just a few more levels and stuff. Again, it was just, you know, painted by numbers really. But do remember the colliders, because that does become a real pain in the butt. There's certain things you can do, obviously, to stop the water, which we've been going over. You just have to make sure with the water that you don't get it clipping into any other rooms. Especially when we've got a multi-level sewer like we have here. You see it's here and it goes down, so you just need to be careful of that. Sorry, my voice is a bit husky there. I've just gone down with some kind of throat virus, which is brilliant. So we've still got a bit of connecting up to do. I made what I did actually do. If I take you for, I made this bit here, which is we'll give our player an option to be chased around by the zombies. See, so it's a loop. It's all important so we don't get the death traps where we're stuck at the end of the sewers with just a wall there, and then we're in trouble if we do that. So what we'll do is we will just go back to the sewers and we'll just cap some of these ends off. Right, where are we? Sewers. In there, in your meshes. And sewer blocks for the end pieces. There we go. We want that one there. Spin it around. Connect it back. Oops. Is that alright? Something's going on with Unity at the moment. It seems to be crashing. That's not good. Okay. It got confused there for a minute. It happens sometimes. Alright. Let's move it back a little bit ourselves then before we do this. And then we should be able to just... Yeah, it's having trouble putting this bit into position. How crazy. It's froze up at the moment. There we go. Very weird. I think because these bits don't really seem to clip together very well, do they? We do it like, yeah, about that. Just so this middle bit here, we don't want to see the light coming through there, so about that. Right, okay, so we've covered that one off. Just got to decide, I think we're probably, because this goes round, we can cover these off. There's obviously no room for anything there, so we'll do the same thing there. Like that. Not like that, that looks horrible. What's going on with this one? What did we do on other bits of that one? It was a bit rubbish coming back off of that silver bit. There's one in there. Well, for a start, because we've got the same problem with that one, so it's a good job I checked that. It's going to need to come that way. No, it's not. It's not the easiest of the levels to clip the bits together, because you do find that some of them, I don't know, they're just a bit weird. Don't seem to fit properly without that gap there, you know. So you sometimes have to end up scaling stuff around, and let's see if we can just trying to get it to come on, you bugger. Won't quite clip on. Yeah. It's going to have to do. It certainly won't have to do. Jeez, wept. What's going on here? Is there a problem here? Yes, there is. There is a problem here. That this whole thing is slightly weird. Now, I don't know how, because it kind of comes in one block, but it looks like the roof is not attached. Well, that's crazy. I don't know why that would have happened. So we're going to have to do something about that right away. Why the hell has that happened? Okay. So let's bring the roof down. To meet it. Just give me 2 seconds a minute. Oh no, we don't want to do that. You know what that was, yeah? That's just for mesh moving. We do not want to do that. Very strange. I've never noticed that before. I wonder if it's on all of them. Well, it's definitely not on that one. Why the hell is it on this one? Very strange. Right, okay. Right, I'm going to take the mesh render off of that for now. And see if it will let us move it. I don't think they're going to. Something real freaky going on, because when you click that... Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, it's playing silly buggers with me today. Yeah, what are we moving instead? There's something else being moved. Right. Right, I think what was happening, although I disabled, obviously, the mesh collider, I hadn't actually got rid of it. Right, so... Yeah. I'm not sure why we can't move this. That's really crazy. It's quite clearly been moved out of position. Which is really odd. What scale is it? The scale's 1. Ah. Oh no, that's right, that's right. I think what we might have to do with this room... we'll get rid of it, because it's quite clearly having a problem. Right, so it's the first sewer room. Okay, so that is the whole room there. So let's see if it will even let us move the whole room. It won't. So what we're going to do with that room, because it's just too much of a pain in the ass to get right, what we'll do is we'll delete that. Okay, and we'll put a fresh room in there, which is... I can find it. Let's go to our prefabs. Sometimes happens. Somewhere along the way, whether it was my fault or whatever, I'm sure it was, because I'm the only one doing it. Something's been moved and something's come out of line, and it's caused a bit of a pain in the bottom, to say the least. Let's get that out of the way for a start. Right, what have we got here? Is that the one? I believe it is. Yeah. Okay, so if we take that sewer there. Hold on, is it the one? Yep, it's one. So we should be able to fit this one properly now. Not even messing around. And the roof should be... Yeah, see, the roof's on. So, for the love of God, I don't know why that happened. Oh. Actually, let's undo the selection a minute. Right. Let's place it again in a slightly different... So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to where we had the other one, and I'm going to restart Unity, because I've got a feeling this thing is bugging out a bit. So I'm going to restart it. Yeah, see, there's something going on. Won't even let me save at the moment. Yeah. We'll definitely put the mesh collider back on it. So yeah, the thing is with Unity, there's still lots of bugs in it, and a lot of the time you think you're making mistakes when it's actually, you reload it in the next day, it's absolutely fine. That's weird because that came in as one building, and the roof has now moved, which is pretty odd. Obviously that, we'll have to go back there for now. I don't know what's going on with that one. It's just really rubbish. Really bloody rubbish. Yeah, like that. So, let's restart it. Yep. Okay, and let's start it again. Shut all this down for a start. Said hopefully this will fix it. I love how quickly it loads up the second time. Alright, so it hasn't fixed it. That is an error. Okay, it's an error that I'm not sure how it got there, because all the other roofs are actually in line. It's just this bit. It's really, really strange. Really weird. And I don't know. Just wondering whether we can... make the roof meet. Shouldn't have to do that, but it's a pretty good fix if there's nothing else working. So I'll try and get to the bottom of that, but for now that's what I've done. I've just used the drag tool, the scale and drag tool, and you know, it's still not quite right, but let's do a bit more. It only has to be a fraction, and it does resize everything because it's prefab, but sorry, because this wall thing is all one, but there's a good chance if it came out of sync there, it came out of sync everywhere. Yeah, everything's fine. Okay, so I don't think it's made that look better, but that was weird. That was weird, that one. Anyway, so the other thing you need to do is obviously these lights, I like the way they're placed, so probably better than just randomly placing them. It would probably be a good idea, again, just what I did, of, sorry, let's find out where we are. Finding the actual light here. Sewer lamp 1, there we go. Sewer lamp 1, and with it you've got all this. literally... Now hold on, that sphere is there. We kind of want the sphere to move with it, so what we'll do is we'll get the sewer lamp, and we'll get the sphere, and then we'll move... We'll move it... Okay, so you see the mistake I made there. I accidentally clicked the whole bloody wall. Really difficult. So I just want the light lit. I just want the light and the sphere. So you've got that one, and it was lamp 1. And for some reason, I can't highlight the lamp 1 without doing all of this, getting all this. So that's not the best lamp to do. Do this one. Right, so we've got the point lamp. We'll move that over. See, this one's working fine. Very, very strange. So we want to keep that where it is, and we just want to duplicate. Whoops. Duplicate. Move it along to where you think there should be another one. Probably in the middle of this crossroad, perhaps. Something like that. There we go. And another. We're just duplicating, holding shift. And just go along like that. I mean, some can be out, some can be broken. That's kind of up to you. But this is a good way of just dragging them across. So they stay in exactly the same place as well. We'll put that one there like that. And then we'll do, I think, probably one more there. Like that. So then when we go now and go to this corridor, we should find it's a bit lighter. We've got our afterburner there. So we won't be able to get through there without dying. We know what that was, don't we? That was me turning off the mesh collider. No, it's still there. Wasn't that one? Which one was it? Let's see where we're starting off. Right, so it's the water, end of the water, is it? Or is it that one? That one as well. Strange. Okay, so let's find the water from above is the best way of doing it. There we go. So we came down here. There we go. It's got no mesh collider on it. Duh. Just when you think you've done it now, what about the... Okay, so this room, I haven't done any of them. There we go, so I've completely missed this room. See, none of these have got any colliders on, so you have to remember that. Really easy to miss it. Really easy. So let's try again. Let's not go in that room. Skeleton. Okay. So what we're trying to find is the room with the lights. And it's on the other part of the sewers, which we can't get to at the moment because we can't fit through the door. So we need to move our FPS camera controller, sorry, to where we want to go, which is, I don't know, about there. Yeah, just so we can see where we're going with the lights. There we go. So we've got the light shining. And if you go to your lighting, I'm doing it in game mode so it won't save. so you can mess about with your ambience and everything like this. Make it darker. Ambient colors. We haven't got a skybox yet. All sorts of things you can do on there. Directional light, which I don't believe. Have we got a directional light in here? Yeah, we got 2. Okay, so there's one. There's the other. So we probably wouldn't need a directional light when this is done, because there's going to be lots of stuff shining up in here. There's going to be fire, the afterburners. I'm leaving it on for now because obviously, and we're going to have a torch. But can you see how everything looks much better? You know, everything looks much cooler. Oh, pardon me. Got a bit of a hazy kind of bloom effect on there. So yeah, so we've done something a little bit different today. I mean, obviously we haven't finished building it yet, but by using this blue skybox, really good way of finding if things aren't you know, clipped together properly. So I think that's why I've actually got the blue skybox actually. If you're walking down a completely dark corridor and you can't see any light, obviously you can see that bit because I haven't put that on, then you know you've done a good job of fixing it together. But I can tell you it's not as easy as clip, 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 then you're done. See, there's a bit there that's not quite right. So yeah, so I definitely mess around with those settings, and for yourself, have a go with the water. Mess around with that afterburner effect, which is in the standard assets. The water's in the environment folder. And again, remember to apply all your colliders. So until next time, when we'll try and put some more kind of models and objects into the scene, like fires, bushes, plants, that sort of thing. I've been Darren Simmons, and I'll see you on that tutorial next time. Thanks for watching.